This first video I'm going to do is just simply how to add a post and then add an image into that post and placing that image. So first thing you want to do is go to the BriarfieldAddingPostWithImage website and enter this address, which is wplogin.php. I can add a link, but it tends to keep things simpler. It'd be best to just enter this email address, this website address, and bookmark it on your browser so that you can get back to here anytime you need to. You'll see it asks for a username and password. I'll log in. I've already saved my password on this computer. And brings us up to the dashboard. Now the dashboard can give you some information about what's going on and how much you've got on your website and whether or not you've gotten spam. You can see we've got one spam here. We're going to deal with that later. Probably you'll never have to deal with it because whenever it catches it, it's gone. Come over here and you'll see on the left hand side in this column you'll see post. And what we're going to do is create a new post, just a typical post that's going to be added just into the blog. So I'm going to click on Add New, and you'll see it brings up the post editor. We're going to say Test Post for the title. This is where you put the title. And you have to forgive my spelling because I'm not really good at spelling some things sometimes. Just, not the greatest typist. And then you'll see in the body here, this is where you actually would edit your post. So here we're going to say, here we are posting, that's funny sounding, and adding an image to the post. That's all we'll say there. Maybe I don't need that. I don't know. Get the English teachers to check what I'm doing. Okay, so there we have it. One of the first things I always make sure that I do whenever I start a post is I'll get a few words into it, and then I'll remember, oh yeah, I need to make sure I know what category this is going to go into. And for the purpose here, we're going to use the recent news category. That will make it show up in the blog on the front page, and I'll show you how that looks in a minute. Every now and then you'll see that it will automatically save your draft. It says draft saved at 5:55 p.m. That's actually the server's local time is 5:55 p.m. So, no concerns there. On the right-hand side under the Publish box, you'll see some of the icons run over. That's just because my screen resolution is really low. So on your computer, you probably won't have those run over. Under Status, you'll see right now we're at Draft. If you want to change that status, you can change it to Draft or Pending Review. It will stay at Draft or Pending Review until you hit the Publish button. You'll see my cursor is over the Publish button right now. We're not going to change that. We're going to keep it as Draft at the moment. You can actually make these so that they are stuck to the front page using a sticky post, or you could password protect it. I'm going to open that one up. So public, stick it to the front page, and even password protect it so that only certain people with the passwords can view it, and private so that only people who have accounts on your website can view it. For the most purpose, website pages you'll do here or posts you'll put here will you leave as public. I'll hit cancel there. Publish immediately. You can actually schedule the time that it publishes. You'll be able to schedule this using your local time. I'm going to have to make an edit on the server settings, which I just realized. But you can just put your local time and the date that you actually want it to post. Newspaper that I work for, they actually do their post. They set them up so they're scheduled, and they'll all post on different days of the week, so they can go in on Monday and set up all their posts, and then on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday they'll have new posts every day. Just a little nice feature you have there. Typically we leave that left to publish immediately. If for some reason you decide that you completely don't like the post, you can just click the Move to Trash button. This link will actually move that post to the trash, and there's no chance of it ever actually accidentally being published. And that's really great, because sometimes you accidentally publish things. So back over here to our post, we'll see we've added a little bit of text there. Now let's say we need to put an image into it. So we're going to go up here and click on the media file. It says add an image here. Next to that it says add video, add audio, and add media. Any of these will actually work. The one for download is a little bit different. I'll show you in the next tutorial. But any of these work the same, so you can click any of those buttons. And here it's going to say add an image. And if I had really thought things through, I would have prepared an image already and had one in place to upload. But we'll have to see how this works out. Not really satisfied with the way that GoDaddy does the hosting, so I'm going to click that button again. There we go. And it brings it up. and you'll see it says from computer, from URL, or from the media library. Now we're going to look at the media library, so you'll just see what it's got. When I click on the media library, this is every image that has ever been uploaded to the server. And you can search those if you've named them, or if you've put tags in there describing them, or you can page through them and look at the little thumbnails for them. But usually you'll have the file on your computer. So I'm going to select a file, and I'm going to hope I have a good file that I can use for this. And let's see what we've got here. How about a gorilla? So I'm going to upload this gorilla here. It'll take a moment. This is just because it's transferring the file from my computer up to the web server. Now under title, I'm going to say Big Gorilla. Alternate text. This text is not necessary. The only reason for alternate text is if you have someone who's reading your website using a screen reader, such as a vision impaired person, they would be able to see what the description of it is. Actually, I'm going to leave that blank. Usually it's not used. Under caption, if we add a caption to this, I can say, like my cousin. No, I'm not going to say that. That would be a very unnice thing to say, but my best friend's pet. So there's the caption. This will actually show up under the picture whenever it's posted into the post. The description, you can leave that blank if you wish. The URL, this can be useful for using in other places. At the time, we're not going to do anything with it. And then we get a pick of alignment. Things that align right and left, the text will flow around it. Things aligned center, the text will be split and it will be above and below the actual image. And we can change the size of it because we don't always want the full size to show up in the post, but we can put in a thumbnail and then you get an opportunity to actually view that image later. And under featured image, you'll see this link says uses featured image. The featured image sets the thumbnail for the post. So you can have 6 or 7 different images in a post. You pick the one you want as the featured image, and that's the one that will show up on the front. And I'm going to go ahead and set this as featured image. And we're going to click, I've selected right alignment, and I've selected the medium size, and I'm going to click insert into post. And this will put my gorilla picture into my post. And you'll see the caption on it says, my best friend's pet. And that's very likely. I have a best friend who has strange pets like that. Now, just want to give you an idea of what happens whenever this posts. So I need some text. So I'm just going to get some text here from the Lipsum generator. And we'll say... this was actually used in typesetting back when the first printing press were created. I'm going to get this Lipsum text. I'm just going to copy it here. I'm going to paste it in the article just so we have some more text to work with. And you'll see my gorilla moved down because this text was added above the gorilla. Now, I'm going to actually delete this and come back and show you how it would actually... so I'm going to put my cursor here because I'm going to want my gorilla picture right after it says Morbi el elephant tortor. I'm going to go back up here to my media editor and I'm going to pick gallery, and the gallery are only the images associated with this post. Show, and then I'm going to allow me to put my gorilla back in there where I would like it. And you'll see how the text flows around the image at this point. Once you're satisfied with where that's placed, if you wanted to change the size, you could actually click on the image and you can click on the little image editor part and you can decrease the size of it up to 60%. You could actually change the alignment and move it to the left if that's really where you want it. Some people like it on the left, some people like it on the right. It's kind of hard to say. And I'm going to move it just to the left so we can see. And if I needed to change the caption, I could even do that here. So I'm going to hit update, and you'll see we moved it over to the left. Now notice that this text runs off. That's just because I've set my screen resolution really low so the image, the video I'm making would be smaller. This would not run off ideally on your computer that you're editing it with. So there's my test post. I've got my gorilla in there. I've got my image. He's got a caption, my best friend's pet. Or I could say my wife's. I can actually add the caption here. My wife's best friend's pet. Would that be apostrophe? I really don't know. And then we have publish.